Hello, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So we sank quite a few Byzantine ships, and they asked for a peace treaty. So we're gonna see if that goes through. I would like to have them out of the war, and out of this French invasion of northern Spain. Too late to save Morocco though, but at least we can take it back. I just hope I don't end up having to take northern Spain back as well. They're not gonna go through with this. They don't have the tonnage, but I can't really do anything to prevent this other than hoping the war ends before they take it. Or maybe, if I can sink enough tonnage, reduce their army logistics. Maybe we can make that happen. On to April. Rebellion in Byzantine Empire. Revolution, actually. Now we get a peace treaty. Let's see, we can take probably that one. Actually, no, we cannot take any of their territories. They're worth too much. I'm gonna take some ships, though. Yes, why not? I need some tonnage as well. Their cruisers were all really bad. Their capital ships, not too bad. So let's take those. We got all three. So they're gonna get some refits in due time. Suddenly my shipbuilding capacity is over capacity. Alright, here we go. Speaking of sinking some French ships, we get a lot of them coming in here. Fryktløs is back in action, as is Kronprins. Dannebrog is being repaired. So yeah, let's deal with this. That's a lot of cruisers. Only 3 DDs, 2 lights, a bunch of heavies. Well, I say a bunch. It's 6 of them. I got 6 battleships, but most of them are pre-dreadnoughts. So it's not such a formidable force as it would look on paper. Let's see, we're just gonna sail these in a line. The 2 heavy cruisers, Hugin and Munin, they can just follow for now. I got 1 DD, 1 light cruiser. So we're not gonna see any big torpedo volleys, but at least I can try to do 1 volley with Viking 07. I just hope the Vikings don't end up going extinct like the torpedo boats. Well, if they do, it's time for me to build new DDs anyway. That's gonna have to happen after the war. But I need a design that is not too expensive, that is still fast enough to not get hit all the time. It carries a lot of torpedoes. Friday is opening up. Friday is a little bit low on ammunition. Fryktløs is fully repaired and rearmed. Let's see if I can just make the there we go. Enemy torpedoes were aimed at my my DD. Item, do you have torpedo range on something? You do. There they go, my torpedoes. Not sure if they're gonna hit anything. Just 3 torpedoes. Speaking of torps, Viking 07 launches as well. Let's pick out some targets for the gun line. There you go. We're scoring some hits. Probably have aimed my torpedoes at one of the ships further behind. I could get them more into the thick of the enemy formation. Viking 07 is doing well. And will probably live to launch another spread later on. Unsurprisingly, we've gotten no torpedo hits. Just didn't have enough torpedoes. We may get some? No. I think we may not. I mean, we're scoring decent hits though. Things considered. Let's have the secondaries start focusing on the DDs. And keep an eye out for torpedoes. Victor Hugo taking plenty of hits. Yeah, we're gonna have some incoming torpedoes very soon. Split that battleship division into 2. Sure if your torpedoes got blown up or if they launched. Yeah, they did launch. Monarch took one. And Kronprinz took one. As long as I can keep my dreadnoughts from taking any big torpedo hits, I'm fairly happy with that. And their DDs are now all out of torpedoes, because they do not carry reloads. A lot of incoming torpedoes. I think we're fairly safe for now. I can just make sure these do not hit Freidig. Viking 07 still not reloaded. Now we're good. I was gonna split Tyr from the formation, but I misclicked. Anyway. Might not be making this in time. Yeah, 4 torpedoes on Tyr. Not too much damage though. Torpedo hell. Yeah, Tyr will probably not make it. So she will detach. Might make it. Sunk one of the enemy heavy cruisers already. Bring Hugin and Moonin back in the action. Let's see, Kronprinz, you got Mark II guns. I thought I had refitted you with Mark IIIs, but apparently not. Mark II guns will just have to do, though. Tyr has done quite a lot of damage, actually, to the enemy. 27,000. Monarch not quite as effective. Nor Kronprinz. Let's see, let's get Orm in here. She's out of torpedoes, but I mean, if nothing else, can do some damage with those guns. Viking, almost reloaded. Let's get you back in here. Hugin, Moonin, you can deal with light cruisers. Should be quite effective at that purpose. Yeah, we're scoring some hits. Doing some damage. And I'm lucky that so far only the pre-dreadnoughts have been eating torpedoes. We're gonna sink these. Poor Teed. Not doing too well. But at least yeah, she's gonna make it home. Actually, Moonlight, you can put your main guns to work on that light cruiser. Even your Mark II 12-inch guns should be able to do something to a light cruiser. Actually, that one first. Hugin and Moonin just casually executing some DDs. Light cruiser here, not a big threat currently being out of torpedoes. I still want to sink it though. Let's see. Victor Hugo. Next torpedo target. And with that, Viking can retire. Might get some hits. Thing is still afloat. Friday is running out of ammunition though. Yeah, you can speed up. You don't have to go that slow. Yeah, I might get something here. Victor Hugo might be unable to avoid those. There goes that pesky light cruiser. Victor is still hanging in there. And Frickless has lost her tower again. And it's not as if the conning tower is unarmored. Yeah, main tower penetration from the 10-inch guns on the enemy cruiser. Put this thing out of its misery. And then sink Victor. Dude is actually still firing. Still doing her best. I think these three need to start working on the ships that are coming in closer. And leave the crippled cruisers for later. There's the DD. There's two DD here too in the smoke. But they are out of torpedoes, so Friday has also lost her tower. What is it with my main towers today? I guess I could try adding more armor to the conning towers next refit. Yeah, no tower and no AP ammunition. That's not good. When Spotfoot is out of main gun ammo. Kronprins is the only ship here left with main gun ammunition. That complicates things. At least Fricklös has plenty of ammo. But again, no tower. So firing will be less accurate than ideal. There's still some accuracy though, so it's not completely terrible. Uh, 10-inch guns on these French cruisers, really not bad. Standard AP. Turning now, broadside. And there we go, that's the killing blow. Devastation next. Orm, no, you can just go home. Thought of bringing it in to deal with the DDs, but it's too badly damaged. Bring these back in and deal with devastation. Deal some devastation to devastation. And once that is done, I need to focus on Jules Michelet. And Victor Hugo, I can save that for last. It's just not doing anything currently. Two angle to fire and no crew left for the torpedo launchers. Although I've seen them launch torpedoes before without any crew manning the launchers, so not sure if I want to rely too much on that. But in theory, it should prevent them from launching. What kind of range do you have, Kronprins? 14. Guess we just have to bring you within 14 kilometers, though. that should bring the secondaries within range of the DDs as well. There you go, secondaries on the DDs. Not really doing too much. There we go. That's doing something. Actually, let's go for Jules Michelet first. With these two, because the angle is better. And the secondaries can just chew up the DDs on the way. Oh, we got torpedo launch against something. Not sure what. Might be the battleship line. We're gonna turn these. Just in case they're the ones being aimed at. And I think we're gonna get them. No losses so far. But a lot of damage. And a lot of expended ammunition. Yeah, time to sink this one now. Very tough cruisers the French have built. Grant that they cost about as much as a battleship, but still. Alright. Let's see. My transport losses are way down. I gained Belize. Launched an invasion of the Shetland Islands. Just sent some light cruisers here, some old ones. I can send one more just to bring it up to 100%. Now France. It's down to 25%. Greece. Yeah, they're no longer the Byzantine Empire, and we're no longer at war. Yet they are in this invasion. All right, Brazil. Northern Brazil. 131,000 tons. If I bring these in, that should be enough. We're over capacity by quite a bit. That means shipbuilding will have to be suspended again. I don't think these light cruisers being suspended will be enough. No. Poseidon. 27,000 tons. You can suspend repairs on that one. It ended up in Mexico. Yeah, here. And that's the smallest of the battleships that I took over. Maud and Vanamainen have been successfully repaired. They're going here. Jallarhorn has been repaired. Got 5 DDs here. And these ones have been repaired. Okay, so from this force, I got 2 light cruisers here. And 3 Valkyrie class DDs. That's a decent force to engage some British DDs. We're gonna see what they can do. France, what do you got? 1 light cruiser, 1 DD. You're sending in more stuff, are you? Oh, this is being sent here to this conquest thing. Still 100% army logistics. That's what I would like to try and reduce now. These poor damaged ships. Let's bring them down here. Canaris. A Gaion, Samos class battleship. That's the one with the big guns. Alright. Let's see. We get big guns of our own in 1 month. Those should be Mark 316s. Yes. Alright. I did launch an invasion this turn, yes. Next turn we're launching an invasion of Morocco. And I just have to hope that this one does not go through. If there's something I can do to prevent it, that would be very nice. We are striking. Very nice. Ooh, here we go. Suddenly the 5 British DDs ended up here. Ossory class. I've got 1 modern light cruiser, 2, 3 actually old ones. Well, it will just have to be what it is. UAD. You're the probably the only one who can actually do something here. Although, let's see, 23 knot, 25 knot, 25 knot. We can do something with these. They got some guns. They got some guns. They can do things. Enemies to the southwest. UAD is the only one with the RDF. Yes. I'm gonna have to slow you down. Nasty weather too. Even with hydrophones, the base torpedo spotting on these ancient light cruisers is so bad that I don't think I'm going to be spotting any torpedoes with them before it's too late. Let's do a little donut here, just to bleed some speed. Let the old boys go first. There we go. And there are the torpedoes. Launch some of my own, they're probably not going to hit much. And Consulat takes 2 torpedoes. Yeah, there you go. Like I guessed, I would not be spotting any torpedoes until it was too late. And fighting the enemy DDs from outside of torpedo range is just not an option because I can't see them at that range. Not in this weather. If I can just keep UAD from taking any torpedoes, things might not go too bad. Although at this rate, I'm just as likely to just get outgunned. I think they all launched their torpedoes though. No, not Stormcloud. Stormcloud has not yet launched. There you go, Ambassade took some torpedoes too. But there we go. Decent hit on Nonsuch. What are you guys doing? Being a little bit too intimate here. Stormcloud is launched. Not sure against which ship. Evidently this one. But they missed. Yeah, the need for newer light cruisers quite evident. I should be getting sonar in not too long. They're gonna be reloaded with their torpedoes soon. At least now, right now, I know that none of them have ready torpedoes. Closing in is quite safe, except that I get completely gunned down. There we go. We can take this one on, at least in a 1v1. And then staunch. Hildra can go just straight into this. Surrendered, actually. Okay. Never mind. She was better protected than that. Then again, these are Mark 5. Mark 5 4-inch guns. Yeah, this is not really a good battle, is it? Would be a little bit simpler is if the weather was nice. Ambassade is chasing down Stormcloud. Storm has almost reloaded her torpedoes. That means the rest of the British DDs should almost be reloaded too, at least with the quad launchers. The Quints take a little bit longer time. There we go. Launch and maneuver. Now we're going to maneuver again. Amazada actually doing things. Out of HE, but doing things. Sure, you can launch if you think you can hit something. Well, you still have some torpedoes left. Ancient 16 million light cruiser versus 90 million modern DD. All things considered, it's not going too bad. Nonsuch has almost reloaded her quintuple launchers. And just launched. We're gonna have to maneuver again. Dud torpedo, lucky. Another spread incoming. Yeah, you were not hitting much of anything. Dead torpedo on Ambasada. Tourmaline still has torps. Ambasada will probably chase down Stormcloud at this rate. Poor old light cruisers. Dodging torpedoes while getting shot to shreds. Nonsuch is completely out of ammo. Do you not have a lot of ammo on these DDs, Britain? I guess they just fired off too quickly. That could be my chance to win this. Just wait until they're out of ammo and out of torpedoes. And then casually get closer. Stormcloud has surrendered due to heavy casualties. Whoop! I thought she was reloading those still. There you go, flooding reached the engine rooms. But this should be a mutual kill. Let's see what's happening here. Bring this guy in. And I got 4 DDs left. Tourmaline has plenty of torpedoes left. We're gonna get Morris. Pretty sure. There you go, Morris sinks. Nonsuch, we're gonna get you too. Danger here is, of course, Tourmaline with her torpedoes. non-such might get away. Unless I can score some decent hits. Let's go with AP. Because we're running out of HE anyway. And I'd like to see some flooding. Over pen. There we go, a bit of flooding. Of course, over penning. Two-inch guns are opening up. Ambassade is catching up to these two guys. Tourmaline being very close to surrendering. Set the secondaries on her. Just get a lot of intercepting hits on Staunch. Destroying torpedo. That's not bad, because that means crew loss. Let's see, can Ambassade actually get her torpedoes off? Would be nice to see. No, because we got no torpedo crew. That's why we're not launching. There we go, we're gonna get Tourmaline. Hopefully before she launches and deletes one of my cruisers. With these fast, long-range, hard-to-spot oxygen torpedoes. And here comes Nonsuch back. Back for more. She's got no ammo, she's got no torpedoes, but bless her heart, she's trying. I can fire off some of our HE shells here. A couple of salvos now that we're sure to hit. One more and then back to AP. Conserve some HE for Nonsuch. Yeah, this is going better than than it looked like it would go for a while. Staunch has surrendered. I think these five DDs were the last of the British Navy. And this one is, well, it can't bite back. Calling it a sitting duck would imply that it was easy to hit, and it's not, because it isn't sitting, it's moving around. Quite a bit faster than me. .3 knots. Not super fast, but it's more than 11 and more than 9. But if we can poke a couple holes in the hull, you should slow down a bit. I got 12 rounds of HE left. I'm gonna wait until the smoke screen runs out until I reload the HE ammo. So I want to save it for when I have a good good chance to hit. Is it still in a smoke screen? No, I think not. It's a bit hard to see in the storm, but okay, out of HE. It wasn't that effective. The chance to hit was not quite there. Are you just gonna keep running around? Okay, I'll be back when this is done. Okay, it ran away, and I couldn't catch it. Because apparently even with few bulkheads, once you have enough pen to overpen the thin armor of a DD, the shells just phase through, and it just deals no damage, and the flooding is instantly fixed. So, it got away. But I think it's okay. I think it has to automatically repair now, and that should leave the British Navy at no active ships. Let's see, that means I need new ships here to complete that invasion. Britain, where are you? Armored logistics, 24%. France is still at 100. But this, yeah, Greece is out. Greece is out. Now these can join in here. And these guys will also go here. 131,000 tons. I did not mean to send these into port for repair, but they were just gonna sit outside and hunt those British DDs that ended up going somewhere else. 131,000 tons. 124. 35. 43. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be enough. Morocco. 58,000 tons. I've got that. Guyane. Lots of ships being repaired. Loads of ships being repaired. Unlike cruiser and a DD there. Where do I have some ships that are not being repaired? Macaronia. Ragnar and Torkel. Those two should be enough to complete that invasion. Just get it done. That is a 7-month invasion. You're not pulling that off. France. But I still want to go here and take out those ships just to reduce your total tonnage. Or maybe this is where I want to go. Let's see, what do I have to suspend to not be over capacity? How much over am I? 53,000 tons. Well, we are suspending the pre-dreadnought battleships, and these old light cruisers, I think they've done their job. They're getting deleted. Alright. That leaves me at still 30,000 tons over. So we're suspending these two also. There we go. Just until more of these are complete. There's a lot of ships that teleported into Bilbao for a pair of all places. Don't worry, I'm gonna send some kind of relief column. Are my heavy cruisers there too? Hugin. Where's Moonin? Where did Moonin go? Where did Moonin go? Göteborg. Okay. Why they ended up in different ports, I don't know, but they did. Sørreisa is in Santa Cruz. She can go here. She can deal with one light cruiser and a DD. Alright. Well, let's quickly see what happens next turn. If we get a tiny meeting, then we can probably do that after doing the strikes first. Yeah, here we go. Sør-Isa, one of the Dutch-built heavy cruisers, versus a light and a DD. This should not be too difficult, I think. And a decent little pellet cleanser after that somewhat frustrating battle in the storm against those British DDs. This is a bit more of a capable ship. And there we go. Enemy has been spotted. What kind of torpedo range did you have? 12.5. Iphigenia. Cruising speed on these, not that good. They're just gonna have to pay attention to when they launch torpedoes. And then turn. There we go. Lynx is launched as well. Let's take out you first. It's because it's right here. And it's now out of torpedoes. That's a fairly safe kill. There we go. Bit more effective fire than last battle. If I only had one of these with me against those British DDs, things would have been much easier. And is Lynx gonna sink soon? One more salvo? Maybe? Okay, let's put the main guns. Okay, never mind. Lynx has surrendered. That last hit was pretty devastating. That's 19,000 damage. Sør-Isa has taken 1 damage. 1 whole damage. Of course, that probably still means a month in port for repairs, but there we go. Now that only leaves France with the ships that are down in I gained Shetland. That is good. Down here, no, they have a light cruiser there too. So apparently they built something new, And the British have a DD again. That's that. that one DD, 3 DDs actually, has brought their army logistics back up to 100% from 24%. So, not sure how big of a fan I am of that game mechanic, where army logistics just varies so widely, because it is based on the amount of ships you have in service. But it seems it's either 100% or almost no percent. So Isa has done her job here. Let's go take on 2 light cruisers and a DD. It might take 2 damage then. That's 100%. That's good. Alright. But that's it for this time. 14 months until we get Mark III 17-inch guns. Let's see, we got some spare capacity again. That is good. Transport capacity is climbing back up. And yeah, 5 months left, and then I think we're just gonna give the British peace and get them out of the war, unless we get the French out first, which may be possible. Oh, that's 5 months left of that one too. This might tick over when it reaches 11 months duration. But this is the one I'm worried about, because I cannot get my my new ally Russia, as being a very useless ally, to actually join in the defense of northern Spain. Meanwhile, the French have the British with them. I guess they are allies now. Does it say anything about that? No. Maybe that happened last turn. Anyway, goodbye, and take care.